Greetings, everyone out there in the poetry world, over the world. This is great. I was invited to present some of my poetry that I've written over time here. And poetry is, I was just telling him, poetry is my second language, and it's part of me, and I enjoy it very much. And it always inspires me. There's so many things to inspire me: a word, a gesture, a sight that I see. I like to also take photographs. So there's many things that I've used for my poetry, and I hope you enjoy the poems that I'll read. I'm trying to be selective, and I have 4 books on Amazon and Lulu, and I hope to do 2 more this year. I have so many anthologies, I've lost count. I used to keep track, but there's so many that I can't keep track anymore. So it's the joy of my life, and I hope that you will enjoy the poems that I read. So without further ado, I'm going to read from my latest book, which is Mama's Begonias. And Mama was the name that me and my cousins called our grandmother. And while I was there on a last visit long ago, I painted her begonias. So that's the cover of this latest book. And I hope you enjoy it. I do quite a lot of narrative poetry simply because I have so many memorable things that have happened in my life. Family, I'm a genealogist, so I write about family. So there's many stories that I've written in poetic form about my family members. And this book um, is very varied. It has quite a number of topics in here. So I'm just going to go through and read some that some of my favorites, and I hope you like them. Um, I don't know if you can see these people. The lady there is my grandmother, and that's who I wrote my book in honor of. And the other is my grandfather. So um, since probably most, if not all of you, are poets and write, this first one that I'm going to read is called Pondering. And this is when you're sitting there and you want to write something, but what are you to write? I mean, you're kind of stuck. And I've had that happen a number of times, and it's kind of a strange feeling like, oh, I'm so full of words, but which words do I use right now? So this poem called Pondering. Are you sitting there wondering just what to write next? Does your pen seem dried up? Nothing seems to connect. Life experience is shared. That light bulb burnt out. You die to express, but you sigh and think doubt. I've been there, friend, too. But do not despair. Put your worry on hold. There is hope out there. Go to rhyme sites with pen. Copy words you adore. Think about how to use them. I'm sure you can score. So that's my inspiration to begin this, because if you're a poet, sometimes you just get stuck. It's like you don't know what to write about, even though you know millions of words. Not even out millions, but there's so many words out there. And so choosing words is a delightful pastime of mine. And so I'm going to go through my book and pick those that I think are quite interesting. And my first poem, other than thinking on what to write, is Ode to My Threadbare Friends. It happens o'er and o'er that I must say goodbye. That friend that I have loved so well has reached her time to die. When she was bright and new, I donned her with a smile. So pleased was I to put her on. She lasted mile after mile. She was a faithful friend and did her job so well. I wore her out just loving her. I hear now her death knell. So with a tearful heart, I bid her now adieu. I hope you have such faithful friends hanging in your closet too, because I'm sure no matter who you are, there are favorite items of clothing that you wear. So that poem is for those that we've had to say goodbye to, because have done it so many times. But then I find new friends to wear. So I hope this will kind of touch a note of joy and memories. So this next one is things that we can do to help others. And I don't know how many would know the tune, but the tune that I wrote this to is called This Old Man. And it's a childish nursery rhyme, but I love rhythm and rhyme. And this poem I wrote to the tune of This Old Man. Hark, my friend, come this way. Let us make the most of this day. With a vase of flowers so beauty bright and blue, happiness has come to you. Hark, my friend, come this way. Let us make the most of this day. With a trip to the ocean, breezy bright and blue, share it with a friend or two. Hark, my friend, come this way. Let us make the most of this day by repairing the gate for your neighbor's garden green. Their big smile surely will be seen. Hark, my friend, come this way. All the way around no, I'm sorry. Hark, my friend, come this way. Let us make the most of this day by spreading sunshine all the way around, from the big blue sky all the way to the ground. So hark, my friend, sing this song. Everywhere you travel along, just put on your smile and share it all around. Happiness will soon be found. So those of you who know the tune, try to sing it with my words. It's a new experience. You can even make up your own words to fit that song. Anyway, it's a cheerful tune. And so I wanted to write those words. And okay, the next poem is, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard about outer space and about flying saucers and that sort of thing. And this one's just a short poem that kind of I thought was kind of cute. Forced Silence is the name of this poem. With your finger to your lips, silence you've demanded. Forest trees and rivers too are hushed and reprimanded. Why this silence you desire? None of us can stand it. You just shake your head and say, the UFOs have landed. It's kind of a little funny poem. And I was mentioning to the fellow, I'm sorry, I haven't learned everything, Prasanna Kumar. I was telling him I lost my husband recently, and the next poem I want to read makes me think of him because he loved to scuba dive. And this one is called The Scuba Diver. And this picture, I don't know if you can see it or not, I painted, okay, and added it to the poem to illustrate it. So, what fantastic things can meet the eye under the ocean blue? A fish with spines is what you might find, and all inflated too. And I'm talking about the porcupine fish, because my husband dealt with those and loved those. Neutral buoyancy, not buoyant, a diver will feel, a feeling just so superb as bubbles arise. There'll be many a surprise, knowing not what you'll disturb. You just might view a swimming along, a green turtle of the seas. Oh, what was that with flappy wings? It's a manta ray, he sees. An angelfish with varied hues just passed right by my mask. Pipefish, seahorses are unusual guys. What are they, you ask? Corals so bright cling to rocky ledge and wow us with delight. Endless joys await us out there, wondrous and out of sight. So kind of gives you a word picture of being under the ocean and seeing all the beautiful colored fish and animals you can see there. So that's another one that I really like. And since I joined quite a few poetry groups, I haven't been as active lately because of caregiving with my husband and dealing with his issues. But I was in a group that tried to develop your poetry expertise, and this one is called Love in 14 Words. And you can see there's a couple there kissing. They make you write. That's what the prompt was, Love in 14 Words. We had to write a poem, 14 words long. That's it, just 14 words. But every word must count to make it beautiful. So this is mine. Enveloped by love's sweet tendrils is the most ecstatic feeling in all the world. That was my poem for 14 words. Love in 14 words. Okay, and this poem was written for Poetry Day, and I called it Hoity-toity Poetry. I don't mean to be hoity-toity, but today is especially for poetry. Don't stick up your nose as far as it goes. Just sit down and write a great piece of poetry. For poetry is the fragrance of the blossoms that grow in your sweet, loving heart, and they can't help but show. All our feelings inside, the good and the true, and they will spill out to reveal the true you. And this next one I really like. It's called Shower of Petals. A shower of petals is left behind, a place where we once met. Their fragrance infuses my desolate soul. It lingers with me yet. Memories so precious are stirred again whenever I think of you. I've traveled on life's winding trail. Do you still think of me too? Kind of walking down memory lane. This one is a nature poem about in the early morning, and it's so fresh and new. Invigorating is what I named it. The morning air was invigorating. My confidence was escalating. Maybe soon I'd be celebrating this contest that I'd win. So I sat and started cogitating about things that soon we'd be debating. The effect of this was exhilarating, all because my walk was invigorating. And folks, guess what? I won. Okay, the next one is Heart of Love, because so many poets write love poems, and I think some poets, that's mainly what they write. So I've got to read some more love poems. Heart of Love. My heart is full of love for you. I give it without reserve. Though I am timid and so shy, I finally got the nerve. Yes, my love, I mean every word. I finally let it spill out. I hope you feel the same way too, and without a bit of doubt. I know not what my future holds, but I hope you're included in it. So our sweet hearts will beat as one each and every cherished minute. My poetry is not long and drawn out usually. They're quite short. I kind of do short and to the point. That's kind of my style. And so I that's mainly the way that I write. They're not many words, but I try to make the words count. And so this next one is about words. Words can be wondrous. Words can be grand. Words can evoke feelings you can't understand. Words make you happy. Words make you sad. Words make you feel lonely. Words make you feel glad. Gather words like flowers, but only the best, so they can be positive. Lay negativity to rest. Okay, let me see here. This poem is called The Essence of Empathy. Empathy is when you put yourself in exactly that person's place, not looking from afar and showing pity for that person. So, the essence of empathy. Empathy puts you in another's body and soul. You absorb their feelings and heartbeat to help make them whole. That's my take on the essence of empathy. And the next one I want to read about is the unique potter. A potter is a person who creates objects from clay, vases, and many things, many things. So this one is the unique potter. It just came into my mind that in poetry you'll find you're just a potter of a different kind. On the wheel you spin and weave, molding words that you can see. Pedal your wheel, O air. Create a vessel rich and rare, filled with ink to spill with delight. Choose carefully then just what you write. So words are one of my most important. Words are so varied and so expressive. And when you choose the right ones, it can really do a number on you. And hopefully mine will do a good number on you. The life we love. Life must have love to flourish, with core deep caring to nourish. It unites souls lost with worries, whether one is slow or hurries. It gives stability in a rock foundation. It's a sounding board of minds with elation. Okay, this next one it's a micro poetry, and I love micro poetry because you can say so much in such a few words. And this one is called Twins. But the twins that I speak about are not people. Twins, they stick together. Twin sisters supreme. Love and harmony are as sweet as a dream. So the twins that I'm speaking about are love and harmony, and they work hand in hand. Okay, now this one has a bit of poetry that's out of my realm here in the United States, because this one is about one of the seven wonders, I think it's called. Surveying wonder. Up atop the mountain, he is all around, a concrete statue of wonder. May faith fill our hearts be found. Rio de Janeiro is watched closely from the mount, as Christ doth watch our planet, his care for us paramount. Christ the Redeemer, a wonder of the world, reminds us to be faithful. His hands remain unfurled. His heart of love is aching, his people to be taking up to the realms of glory. Please help me tell the story. This next one is a picture I painted, so I wrote a poem for it. It's called Heavens Ablaze. The heavens are arrayed with a fiery blaze. The beauty is arresting. The technical word is termed abundant. What glory it's manifesting. I may not even say that correctly. That it was a new word for me. And the next one is called parental affection. We have so many parents that we love dearly, whether they be here with us or not with us anymore. We still have the memory. So a love so deep, it defies explanation. We're covered with hearts and a solid foundation. We accept all their love, much is taken for granted. We expect all we want and life to be enchanted. May our memories be so blessed, recollect inspiration from parents' love so supreme and their strong dedication. And this next one, it shows a group of children, and I named it a worldwide bond. Eyes of blue, gray, brown, or green, skins all shades that can be seen, hair of blonde, black, brown, black, or red, foreign tongues or words we've said, foods we know are strange as can be, none should bother you or me. We are not like peas in a pod, we're varied like the flowers that nod. Hold deep love for folks worldwide, with this bond may we abide. And that's what I hope to do because I know there's going to be people listening from all over the world. And I want to remember everyone. And I have a love for poetry, and I know we all share that. So this is another common thing that we share. And this was a picture prompt, although I don't have the same picture here in my book, but the play of light and shadow in a canyon where the sun goes down deep, where sand is streaming. It was just so picturesque, I couldn't help but writing a poem about it. And so it's another micro poem. Scintillating shafts of sunlight play among shifting shades of swirled sandstone sculptures. Spilling sand slowly builds a small sand pile on the canyon floor, creating a stunning spectacle. So it was just a word picture of what was before me, trying to use very varied words that would tell the story of what I could see. I was asked to contribute to an anthology. For some reason, they never got back to me. So I said, well, I'm going to use these poems in my book. And so it's kind of, I think the name of the anthology was going to be From Desert to Oasis. I'm thinking symbolizing from a perspective of to one of bright joy and refreshing. So I start by Camel Caravan Lament. I see this awesome camel caravan. A long train of many camels is carrying large loads of salt across the Sahara Desert. It is very valuable. The hot sandy desert spreads out before them. They must travel 25 miles through the night and early morning. The camel driver's lips are parched as they chant a dirge. Dealing with a valuable caravan load stresses them out to the max. They press on as their mournful lament echoes across the endless sand dunes they must cross. So this is a series of poems that deal with this. The next poem is called Desert Dirge. A sound of mournful melodies escaped my dry, cracked lips. The thorns are long to match my song, and bloody my fingertips. I see naught but a bitter end to what I must go through. Food's hard to find, and my weary mind craves water. A smidgen will do. I rest beneath the rugged rocks, I shiver in bitter cold. My eyelids ache, but I must wake. Such scary tales have been told. I should have had more carefulness. The garb I chose was wrong. I now have remorse. My throat is hoarse. Will I last the whole night long? Oasis Obsession is the next poem. I made it through the bitter night, and what do I behold? An oasis in this land of drought. And I hadn't even searched it out. My heart is full of harmonies that float among the cool palm trees. My time of sorrow disappeared. I drink a draught of water clear. I never thought I'd last this long. A miracle of life is this. At the rise of the sun, I see the light. It gives me scenes of ethereal bliss. I fill my mouth with dates so sweet, a sugar rush that can't be beat. I lasted until I persevered. I heard my family as they cheered. And this is another one to follow up. Salty to my tongue, salty to my taste, and savory to my taste, and salty to my tongue. The flavors of my food delight after the journey long. Ointment to my lips, reward for reaching home. The rest is sweet to feel after the desert I'd roamed. The camels chew their cuds, contented and relaxed. My money bags are full. My mind will not be taxed. My children feed my sheep. They laugh and play once more. Our tummies are soothed. We're happy to our core. That's the end of the desert to oasis. So it shows the despair and then the joy at the end of the journey. And the next one is bursting blossoms of spring. The orchard is blooming with blossoms of pink. The flowers open their faces. Springtime is abounding. With light that is new, colors profuse in their places. The scents on the airwaves are heady with love. Burgundy tulips rise high, a palette of color. The yellows and blues bend with carpets of green. Oh, me, oh my. And this next one illustrates my varied poetry subjects because when I grew up, I loved to study the dictionary and I loved to study geometric shapes and solids. So this one is in that vein. Dodecahedron delight. Delve into dodecahedron delight. Give wings to thought's fancy and flight. 30 edges and vertices is 20. 12 flat faces, that's all, but a plenty. Pretty faceted gems looking ritzy, various cool shapes, very glitzy. I just love words. And this is another one about love, but it's about flowers too. So, and I think if any are from India, there you see a lot of these, the lotus flowers. A lovely bright blossom opens wide, its perfectly pink petals spread in love. The lake reflects the puffy clouds with azure sky from up above. This water lily goes down deep, with fingers clinging to the sand. Beneath the mystical waters dark, to keep its beauty oh so grand. I've heard this illustration during my lifetime that the flower is so perfect and beautiful, but to do that, have all that beauty, it has to have roots or tendrils or whatever you call it that go down to the bottom of the leaf or the water, wherever they're growing. It's kind of like us. We have to go deep. We have to dig deep. We have to get into our hearts to find the things that really matter. And I only have looks like 3 more minutes, so I'm going to I'm going to read this one. I don't know if you can see it. When I was growing up, I loved to draw, and I loved to draw beds. Maybe that has something to do with this poem. But I called it Dream Golden Dreams. Am I in the palace of a king and a queen? Just look at this bed with its luxurious sheen. Nothing but gold is the color of choice, enough to make any soul rejoice. Draperies, coverlets, swags with elegance, all you behold, nothing without opulence. Golden dreams you have while asleep, no dreams of sadness to cause you to weep. The headboard boasts carved pottery decor, spilling over with floral arrangement to adore. Stunning tassels, fringes, and bows of brocade, lavish lovely gold footposts with beauty displayed. I needn't be begged to spend a grand night between these gold sheets so glorious and bright. So I think that I'll maybe read one more now. Um, this one is called Profusion of Prettiness. It has a pretty girl in a field of flowers. Profusion of prettiness, magenta, lavender, yellow, and white, colorful blossoms in the bright sunlight, waving to and fro, saying, look at us. Aren't we an epitome of beauty us? Please join us on this delightful day, spreading lots of joy for others on their way. Happiness will flourish when you share. Watch for lovely smiles on those faces there. Meandering in the meadows makes us glad. We can have the best time we've ever had. A profusion of prettiness can heal our soul, releasing good endorphins to make us whole. And with that, my time is up, and I'm really hoping that you have enjoyed these poems. And it's just a smattering. I have so much more, so maybe at some point in time I can read more. And keep up your word spilling, your ink spilling, your words are just magical. So I just hope you keep writing your poetry, and don't be discouraged if you get where you, oh, what am I supposed to say? I don't know what to say. It will come. Go around looking and look for words. It'll come because there too. So anyway, this has been a delightful session. I'm hoping you enjoyed it, and I hope to maybe do some more sometime. So take care, you friends, you poet friends. Love you all. Talk